Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're exploring a fascinating concept that completely flips how we define wealth, the rich versus poor mindset. But here's the secret, and it might honestly surprise you. This has absolutely nothing to do with the balance in your bank account. It is entirely about your internal self-talk.
So, are you rich in spirit? I want you to just take a second and genuinely reflect on this. Think about the mindset you feed every single day. Does your internal voice quietly whisper with hope and creativity, telling you that you're actually worth investing in? Or is it feeding you fear and limitation, just telling you that you're not lucky enough?
Section 1. Redefining rich versus poor. It's not about your bank account.
Let's go ahead and remove any guilt right off the bat here. Poor mindset isn't a result of laziness. Actually, for a lot of people, it's a childhood survival mechanism learned from watching their parents struggle. Now, what's really interesting about this is how a poor mindset lives in fear. It prepares for the worst, it doubts before it even tries, and it automatically says, I can't do that. But the rich mindset, well, it isn't loud or boastful. It's grounded, curious, and eager. It says, there's a way. I can learn this. I am worth investing in.
And this brings us to a massively relieving truth. A mindset is not a life sentence, it's a habit. Please do not shame yourself for your past thinking. A mindset is literally just a mental pattern you've fallen into. And the wonderful news, we don't break patterns by brute force, we shift them gently through awareness.
Section 2. Escaping scarcity thinking, the quiet voice that shapes our decisions.
So this is the deeper underlying cause of a poor mindset: scarcity. It's the belief that there's simply not enough to go around, not enough time, chances, love, or success. Operating from scarcity makes life feel like a high-stress game of musical chairs where someone else's success is somehow your failure. But an abundant mindset flips that entirely. It means genuinely believing there is plenty of room in this world for you to thrive too. Scarcity thinking says, I can't. Abundance thinking asks, how can I? Shifting from a concrete statement of defeat to an open question of possibility totally changes your energy. It moves you from being helpless and frozen to being hopeful, and it gets your brain engaged in real, creative problem solving. To reach that problem-solving state, you really need the right tools. Start asking yourself, what can I learn from this? Who can I ask for help? What strength am I not using? What is one small risk I could take today? Asking these better questions literally opens new neural pathways in your brain. It proves to your own mind that you actually believe in your capacity for growth. Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds. The cost of playing small. The pain of hiding your potential.
You see, scarcity doesn't just make us jealous, it makes us hide. Playing small means holding yourself back out of fear, staying hidden and settling for less, all while pretending you're just being responsible or humble. Our source material shares this brilliant anecdote about a teacher who had the opportunity to lead a major new program. Instead of excitement, she froze, thinking, someone else is probably better for this. I'm just good at what I do quietly. That wasn't humility. That was fear keeping her small.
Which brings us to this stark truth. Growth doesn't come to those who play small, and neither does freedom. When you shrink yourself to avoid taking up space, or to avoid making other people uncomfortable, there is a massive cost. You are sacrificing your true potential, your peace of mind, and deep down, your joy. I want you to honestly ask yourself right now, where in your life are you shrinking? Let's just pause here for a second. Really examine your relationships, your work, and the way you speak about your wildest dreams. Where are you holding back your light because you're afraid of being too much?
Section 4. Habits of a Rich Mind. 5 Daily Practices for Abundance.
The really good news is you can change your narrative starting today. Mindset is something you practice, and adopting these habits doesn't require a luxury car or a fat wallet. The 5 core habits are: value time more than comfort, learn from everything, build while poor minds wait, set boundaries, and surround yourself with better questions. Notice what they have in common? None of these cost a dime. They are rooted entirely in resourcefulness and resilience.
Let's highlight habit number 3. A rich mind builds while a poor mind waits. When a poor mindset sees a closed door, it complains and walks away. But when a rich mindset sees a closed door, it builds a window. It means taking the initiative, like teaching yourself a completely new skill using free resources on the internet instead of just sitting around waiting for someone to hand you an opportunity. A rich mind also sets boundaries to protect its energy.
So the crucial point is this: saying no without guilt isn't selfish, it is absolutely essential. Setting a boundary creates the necessary space in your life to actually think, to dream, and to do deep, meaningful work. Growth simply needs room to breathe.
Consider this incredibly powerful truth. You don't rise to the level of your potential, you fall to the level of your habits. Let that thought linger for a second. It means that the small, free habits, like simply making your bed in the morning or showing up 5 minutes early, these are the actual building blocks that create a very big, very rich life.
Section 5. Rewriting your inner story, changing the narrative.
It is time to finally take control of that familiar background noise. Think about the old story you tell yourself, "I'm not good at this," or "I always mess up." Now, rewrite it into a new story. "I'm still learning," or "I'm noticing my patterns." And this brilliantly illustrates how rewriting your internal sentences doesn't mean practicing toxic, fake optimism. It means creating realistic mental doorways that allow new, resilient behaviors to actually grow.
If you want a quick hack to start doing this today, simply shift "I can't" to "I can't yet." I cannot overstate the massive power of adding that simple word to the end of a limiting belief. I can't do this yet. It instantly returns possibility, momentum, and hope to your story.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this gentle reminder. You just need to outgrow the parts that no longer fit. You don't need to completely erase your past or be ashamed of where you started. You simply need the courage to step into the unknown and outgrow the limiting beliefs that kept you safe when you were smaller.
Which leaves us with one final empowering question. What story will you write today? You are completely free to think new thoughts. You can begin a totally different kind of life today, right now, just by choosing one kinder, more abundant sentence in your mind. Think on that, and thanks so much for exploring this incredibly powerful topic with me.